Hi, I'm Dominica Lumazar.
And I'm Rory Carruthers.
We help entrepreneurs develop their big picture business strategy in order to break through growth plateaus.
We built several marketing agencies from the ground up and have helped our clients earn over $1 billion in revenue.
Now we want to share everything we've learned along the way.
This is the Big Picture Business Podcast.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. And to all of you out there, hope you are enjoying this fabulous quarantine day, evening, wherever you're at. Guys, listen, today we want to talk about how to smile in the face of fear. We're going to talk about owning your fear and the failures that can actually boost your success. It's all about mindset. And if it wasn't for the right mindset, I know for me, and I know definitely for Rory too, we wouldn't be where we are today.
Yeah,
Rory, what do you think?
definitely. Definitely. And well, I love the way you put that. And definitely for Rory, because Rory had broken mindset before.
Listen, okay? I'm not trying to give you crap. I'm saying I know for you because you've allowed me to have a successful mindset. Listen, guys, okay. I'm going to share a little snippet of my life with you, okay? Rory is the most patient man on the planet, and I can speak to that wholeheartedly because the way that Rory and I met was super amazing in that he was patient with me because I had a really bad concussion at the time. So Rory has helped me build up my own self-esteem, not only build my business, but my self-esteem and my own success mindset, because I was pretty dark there for a while, feeling pretty down on myself. I was in a really bad car accident. I've suffered with chronic pain for a very long time. And and Rory really kind of drugged me out of that. And I think in large part, that whole season of my life, I had to go through that in order to grow what I've built today, really. And Rory was a really pivotal part of that. So I'm not saying, yeah, you especially. I mean, for me, you especially, for me. So, because it's all about me, duh. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I mean, it's all about mindset. And I want to, I'll shut up in a second because I know you guys really want to hear Rory, but I want to bring this topic up because one of my clients, or actually a new potential client, I'll say, we had a little intro discussion, and one of the main questions she had for me was how to overcome the fear of success. And now listen, maybe you're struggling with the same thing. Maybe you've tried to have a business in the past. Maybe it didn't work out how you thought it was going to. Maybe you've been burned by a business partner who you thought really had your back. And regardless of what's happened in the past, oh man, it's so important in business to be thinking in the present and toward the future. You can't be so concerned about maybe lame decisions that you made in the past, and getting in that right mindset and not taking the business crappy baggage along with you on the ride that is so awesome as a business owner to reach epic success is super important. So with that, I'm going to turn this over to Rory for a little bit.
All right. So one of the things that it brings out for me is actually going back to my viewpoint and mindset around how I was raised.
Mm.
And so if we start at the very beginning, we got to go back all the way back to when my grandparents were making decisions about what they wanted for their lives. Okay. So we're talking end of World War II, they grew up during the Depression and then went to war and all this stuff. And they were trying to look at what did they want for their lives. And they had, their families in England and Ireland. And my grandfather was English, my grandmother was Irish. So already there conflict to start with, right?
Definitely.
But yeah, so they were like, well, what do we want for our lives? And they heard about this opportunity from a very distant cousin in Canada to go and live with them and work on their farm and create a new life for themselves.
Mm.
And being who they were just like, yeah, we need to take this opportunity. There's nothing for us in England at the moment. The place was a mess, right?
Mm.
And um, so they packed up everything, meaning that when they came over, they basically had $20 in their pocket. Um, they had a trunk, a trunk that was not very big that could probably fit like 4 blankets and 2 pillows in it.
Wow.
And the clothes they had on them and on my older uncle, who was maybe like 5 or 6 at the time. Okay. So they make this huge journey and trek. Now, I want to point out that why are there so many stories about
Yeah,
$20,
I came to this
right?
country with
Exactly.
$20.
And it's actually
Roman
because
Empire.
that's all they were allowed to take. It didn't matter how much money they
What?
had. They were only allowed to take a certain amount with them if they were
What?
making that journey to,
No way.
yeah. So it was so they were limited by law of what they could take.
Why?
So
What? Okay. All right.
because they didn't want money leaving their own countries, especially
Okay.
right after wars, right?
Wow. What a trip. Okay.
So you think about that. So they moved to Canada. They built their their life, but the first couple of years were really really rough for them. It was nothing like what they thought. So they went to this distant cousin's farm, and they were basically slave laborers for 2 years.
Whoa.
And they tried everything to get out of it, and then eventually they were able to get jobs somewhere else and rent a place of their own.
Hmm.
And then they decided to create their own farm because they saw the opportunity of what being an entrepreneur could do for them.
Hmm.
And so they built up their business and made it successful. And they also, as part of this, my mom was born, and and
Somewhere
my
in the
my
mix.
other uncle was born, and like, so time's going on, they're building up a business, and then they get this opportunity to go on vacation to Vancouver. They were like on close to the east side of Canada, and Vancouver's on the west side. And they were like, this is beautiful, like it's sunny here, there's no snow like for half the year.
Mm-hmm. Good
Where
shape.
they were was like the equivalent of kind of being like in Minnesota, right? It's like,
Old.
yeah, it can get very, very cold, and lots of snow for multiple months out of the year. And so they were just over it, right?
Mm.
And so within 6 weeks that everything packed up, sold their business, moved to Vancouver, started over again. And,
Wow.
and once they got to Vancouver, I mean, they created so many businesses. They owned a grocery store, they owned a restaurant, they owned a chain of bridal stores. And, it was just crazy. But all of this happened right before I was born. Okay. So
In your blood, man. It's
yes,
deep in your bones.
it is. But then you think about, like, when I came along, they were already retired. So I saw none of what it was, for them running businesses. Um, my mom, not entrepreneurial at all. Like,
Interesting.
to this day, does not understand that aspect of me. And I want to point out that also, like, a lot of people can let that come between them, their family members, like, oh, they don't get me, they don't understand that I just, want to do this. And it's like, well, yeah,
Especially, I'm sorry, I just got to say, especially a significant other. And that can be really challenging.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, you can allow that one aspect to destroy your relationship, or you can say, look, I get it. You don't understand this part of me, we don't have to talk about that part, but let's
Mhm.
enjoy the other aspects of our relationship and the things we can connect on.
Yeah, that's, man, it's incredible to think how challenging it is for so many people that don't have that support, especially right now, right? I mean, can you imagine can you imagine trying to get our businesses started right now during COVID? I mean, like, your wife would look at you and be like, "Are you kidding? Like, this is,
Yeah.
I mean, that seems insane. What do you mean you're going to start like a book launch company?" And my husband, Chris, would probably be like, "What are you talking about?" But here's the deal. Now is the time to do things like that because, well, one, you have the time, right? But also accepting the fact that there will be failures, and accepting the fact that if people around you don't quite understand you, it's okay because you don't have to physically see them right now. Just like keep working it. Just keep doing your own thing.
Remember to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get notified when each new episode is released. To download the digital episode companions, watch unedited and behind-the-scenes content from this and all our other episodes, get access to exclusive trainings from us and our guests, get direct access to Dominica and myself, and to schedule your business critiques with us, head on over to bpppodcast.com/VIP. The link is also in the description. All right, we'll see you over there.